Good morning, y'all. It is 5 minutes to 8 in the morning, and I have been hiking since 5:40 this morning and just came to the summit of Three Ridges. So that was 3.3 miles up and about 3,000 feet elevation gain. And if I look hot and sweaty, it's because I am. Oh man, that was the hardest part of the day. It's not all downhill, but that was the highest incline. But I'm doing 27 miles today, so I still have about 24 more left. And it is totally fogged in here. As you can see, there's no views whatsoever. It's too bad. Some of the best views in Virginia are on this ridge, but didn't happen for me today. Last night, it was a nice shelter. Had that creek. I was actually able to go down and soak my feet in the cold creek and take my shirt off and kind of wash my face and head, so that was kind of nice. But it did pour down rain last night. They were calling for thunderstorms around 11:30 or 12, and that's when they hit. Lasted about an hour, hour and a half, and it was significant. I mean, there's puddles on the trail and a lot of lightning, but still slept pretty good and no mice or anything. So, yeah, good night there. And that's what's going on. I'm going to start a downhill and then it kind of flattens out, and then I have several more ups, but they're only about 500 feet each and within a mile or something like that of each other. I think there's 4 or 5 today. But yeah, I'm making my way to Rockfish Gap. So I'll be picked up and then go eat dinner. I have totally depleted all of my entrees. I ate 2 last night, so I would have a nice full dinner for today. And I just have granola and snacks for the day to get me to dinner. All right. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'll talk to you later.
So I'm walking into this wind gap through Afton Mountain that sits between Charlottesville and Waynesboro, Virginia. This is Rockfish Gap. It joins the Shenandoah Valley to the Piedmont area eastward in Virginia. It's also the connection point for the Blue Ridge Parkway and Skyline Drive. In the 1700s, the Native Americans' trails through this gap were gradually expanded for the oncoming westward expansion of the colonists. The road probably followed the ancient Monacan Trail from East Richmond into the Shenandoah Valley, with only one major river crossing. Soon, taverns and inns were built about every 10 miles. And by the 1850s, railroads entered the picture, and a tunnel was constructed underneath the gap. Even Confederate General Stonewall Jackson used the tunnel to move his foot cavalry during the Civil War. And by 1935, Highway US 250 was here, and then Interstate 64 replaced it in 1973. Hey, well, day 68 has come to an end, and it was a long day. I was up hiking on the trail at 5:45 to get over 3 ridges, the really last major mountain in the south. I won't see another mountain like that until Massachusetts. And I actually made pretty good time over that mountain, and it was still foggy and misty, and there was no views whatsoever. It's just the way it is, but it stayed pretty cool. That was nice. And the section that I thought I would make my best time on the map was really flat for like 6, 7, 8 miles, something like that. And that actually became some of my slowest times. It was just so many rocks, so many boulders, just jutted, angular, straight up edge-like rocks, and you just can't make time on that. You just turn your ankle, or having to step right on the edge of those rocks, it slows you down. So that was unfortunate, but I still was able to make the 27 miles and get there, and I still made over 2 miles an hour, so not a bad day. I did have some trail magic a couple of times. When I crossed the Blue Ridge Parkway, there was a couple there from Hungary, and they saw me, and they gave me some 2 liters of water, which I drank right there on the spot. And then later on, when I ate lunch, if you saw that in the pictures, there was someone who had left they left probably many, but I got the very last Yingling beer that was in the creek. And I've seen sodas and beer and stuff along the creeks along the way, but usually I don't ever drink that because it's so hot. But I was so thirsty, and it was already about,
1 o'clock when I stopped there. So yes, I drank a pint of Yingling out there and did fine. But at that point, Sligo, a guy I met at the shelter the night before, came by, and he was pushing for the 27 miles to Rockfish Gap as well. So the rest of the day we hiked together and had a great chat along the way. We had, you know, similar pace, kind of supported one another and made sure, you know, we got there okay. A lot of views, saw a little bit of wildlife, and we got into Rockfish Gap at really about 7:15, I think it was. And my good friend Jamie came down the trail and actually videoed a little bit of me coming up there, and it was a nice reunion with him. And then we went and ate at the Fish and Pig, I think it was. So we got a bunch of protein again, catfish and pork and macaroni and cheese and all the other good stuff. And then yeah, we drove to McLean, which is, you know, about 2.5 hour drive. So it was very generous for him to come and pick me up. And got here, got cleaned up, and had a nice bed here to sleep in last night. So big day, 27 miles. And there was the big hill in the morning, but there were probably 7 or 8 inclines, anywhere from a mile to a half mile each. So yeah, I was really tired when I got there, but big day, big accomplishment. And I'm in McLean, and I'm gonna be here tomorrow taking a 0. And then I have to catch an early flight Friday to Lexington, Kentucky to see our son graduate from college. So he's an official Wildcat now. And then I'll be coming back early Sunday morning and back on trail at Rockfish Gap, headed into the Shenandoah National Park. So I hadn't figured out the logistics of all that on Sunday and how far I'll go. But I will do one more video, probably tomorrow on my 0, but I probably won't do any while I'm in Kentucky. I'm just going to be with family and graduation and enjoy myself there. So that's kind of the story. I will do a video, short one tomorrow on something entirely different. And thanks again for everybody watching. I will answer all my comments. And I love the comments, so, you know, constructive criticism, you know, encouragement, support, whatever you want to say, I love it all. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.